The first thing we're going to look at is the farmer's walk. This is kind of the classic loaded carry exercise. It's absolutely one of my favourite exercises. The good thing about, or rather one of the pros of the farmer's walk, is that you are carrying equal loads on either side and on either end of the apparatus. So this is actually a little bit easier and definitely a better starter exercise. There's also far less can go wrong with it. It also means that for those of you who aren't used to this, you can actually probably load up a little bit heavier. If you've got a decent deadlift and you understand hip hinging and posterior chain training, which we've also looked at in a previous video, in a few videos now actually, but I shot with Ben Gotting. If you've got that form down, you can actually load this up quite heavy, really challenge your grip and your core stability. So there's a couple of different forms of specialist pieces of equipment for the farmer's walk. You can get high handles, which are easier to get off the ground, and you can also get plate loaded ones where basically the handle takes a plate on either end, and so obviously it's only the height of the plate that you use. There's pros and cons to both of those, but obviously the high handles are much easier to get off the ground. There's less stress on the lower back initially. Normally we would carry these in two hands. There is an adaptation where you carry a farmer's walk in one hand, which we'll touch upon, which is actually called a suitcase carry. But they're a fantastic exercise. They're probably my favourite exercise in terms of loaded carries. If I had to pick one, this would probably be it. If you don't have specialist farmer's walks, not a problem at all. You can grab two big dumbbells. You can also use kettlebells. If you actually happen to be from an agricultural background, you can actually use farmer's walks, so trailer weights, which basically have a handle in them and they're used to balance loads. Basically anything that you can have that is of equal weight, that's heavy and awkward in two hands, is absolutely perfect. So you could carry two sandbags. The only thing there is you're not really testing your grip quite so much if you've got something narrow with a high pressure point. You want something a bit thicker, but you've really got to work on your grip strength. So that's the farmer's walk. The logical next step from there then is this suitcase carry, which basically is a farmer's walk, but you just do it in one arm. In rugby, we can't always carry things in a nice, equal, controlled manner. So the beautiful thing that the suitcase carry does is it challenges your body asymmetrically. So it will put more load on one side. You have to really engage, for example, the left-hand side of your torso, so your obliques and all the other muscles, stabilizing muscles there, to hold a big, heavy farmer's walk on the right-hand side. So it's really good for challenging that core stability and your balance and so on. We can also use weight plates for this. We can also use kettlebells. We can also use dumbbells if you don't have access to a farmer's walk. The other thing you can actually do here, which is a variation for the farmer's walk as well, is you can actually use uneven weights in each hand, and then make sure that obviously you balance that out, that you don't just do always heavy in one side and light in the other. What I would say about this is that's probably not a beginner exercise, so build up to that steadily. Start with a nice symmetrical weight to start with, and build up from there.